Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got this great big feeling. Everything's going my way. Well, another day, another video, getting ready to go down into the pit again. I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup first and get a few of those things out of there. And then, what do you suppose is next on my list? Yes, I'm going to start putting the floor down. Well, I'm going to put the ledger board down. It's a 2x6 flat on edge ledger going all the way around this thing. Okay, and I got a 3/4 inch floor. So I've got to lower it 3/4 of an inch along the edge, and I got to figure out that over there still. And I'm going to start cutting all that stuff and mounting it. And if that's something you want to see me do, stick around. Well, I got all my stuff down here in the pit. And the first thing I want to do, I'm not just going to go gung-ho and put this ledger board on here and boom, bang, bing, bang, boom, I'm done. What I first had to do, you remember, I don't know if you remember or not, but this was really discolored from before. And I took that outside corner of the column as well as this outside corner of the column. And there was a little bit of mold on there and stuff, and so I took my wire brushes and brushed that down. Now I'm gonna fill up these holes. I'm just gonna use some liquid nail, some construction adhesive, filling up these holes here. I'm not gonna worry about back in there. Okay? I'm just going to do these because that ledger board's going to go right up here. Once I put that up, I'm never going to be able to get back down to that, right? And I just want to be on the safe, cautionary side. I'm going to tap that old nail in. I'm going to fill those up, fill these up, and all that, because I can't do that once I get that ledger board on there. Okay? And just you know, before and after I fill that up, well, actually before I fill that up, which reminds me, I'm going to take some bleach and a little spray bottle, and I'm going to spray it on here, just this little bit here and just in here, because there might be some living organisms still attached to this stucco. I don't want to take any chances, so I'm going to spray that little area, and I'm going to spray this little area just where the 2x6 is going to go. The 2x6 is going to go right here. Boom, boom. So I'm going to spray this little bit, let that dry. It won't take very long to dry. Then I'll fill these holes. As for this stucco, look at that. It all cracked out. I'm going to have to get some stucco patch for that, but that's not going to keep me from finishing my ledger support. I'm going to go across there. I may put some liquid nail across the top or something. This portion's going to go away like that, and at least I can get my floor on. Then after that, I can put my sealer on there up to a certain point, and then I'm going to have to figure on patching this stucco probably before I put the tile floor back on top. But I can still seal the top of the floor and all that kind of stuff. Look at that right in there. See that? I don't have to fix that right now because the floor is only going to go up to about there. Once I get the floor on, I can mess with this. This is the OSB. Look how it just ate away all that. Look at that. That's where one of the main leaks was, right in there. Water was coming straight up off of this column, coming all the way down, hitting this edge, and then going to back, and all it had to do was go back. There only had to be a 1/16 of an inch crack or less than that. The water found it, came here. It doesn't just drip off this edge. The water will come, and then it will travel sideways. It can travel sideways about that far. What is that, a 1/2 inch or a little bit more than 1/2 an inch? And then it can get back behind there, and boom, it just leaks right on in there. But I can fix all that kind of stuff after I get the flooring on, because see where the flooring goes? Right here, you can see where some of the flooring got messed up right in there. I can do that later, okay? My main concern right now is to get the ledger up and get it all the way across. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there's still just a few things I'm gonna do before I get that ledger up. I still have to put a little clip here. I could do that later if I want a clip like this. I'm gonna take that and put one right there. And let's see, I got to put a couple more clips. One there, one over here, and then I'm going to take my liquid nail, my construction adhesive. This is the stuff I use, but they have all kinds of different construction adhesives. You don't have to get liquid nails, the red label. You can get other stuff at the hardware store. And see, remember I went underneath the stairs, the new wood. Well, you can see how it's cracked. It's actually sucked up in there, and then it's cracked. And I wish it wouldn't do that, but it does. Look at that. You know. So I'm gonna go ahead and I can recaulk all that stuff just down to there. I ended up having to do that when I did all the way down underneath the stairs. I had to do a second coat, and you can see now where that stuff's fine. Okay. I don't see hardly any cracks on that now. And that is going to keep that all kind of tight together, and it's going to keep it from squeaking and moving around and loosening up and breaking the caulking on the outside of the stairs, you know, once I do that, because once I get all done, I've got to fix all these stairs. I've got to reseal that, recaulk it, and that's going to be an entirely different project. But once I caulk that outside, I don't want anything moving around down here, because if it does, then the caulking's going to break. Okay? So just a few different things to think of. When you're in this stage, you might as well go and finish it 100% before you do the next step. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. Get my spray bottle, go up there, make the extra effort, fill up the spray bottle, come back here and spray that. You know, most guys, they probably just leave that and say, that's good enough. But see, if any mold is still there, you get any moisture or dampness underneath the stairs, not to say that we're going to, but if on the off chance this could start growing again, I don't think it's going to, but I want to make 100% sure it doesn't. But if it did start growing again, it's going to get on the back side of my ledger board, and then it's going to start eating that away slowly but surely over the years. And while you're not even worrying about it, your deck is starting to get eaten up again, because you didn't take all of the precautions before you rebuilt it. Okay? That's what this part is all about. I wasn't going to show you this little tricky tool that I have just yet, but I'm going to, and I'm also going to do it when I get ready to cut these floor joists, these 2x6 floor joists. But remember I said from this point, or actually from the house, way over there up to here, the floor is angling, so if any water gets up there, it comes out. And then from here down, it also angles. So when I cut these 2x6s, I can't just cut the ends square. I can't have this end cut square and that end cut square, because it's really not going to fit in there properly. You follow me? If this is angled, I'm going to have a slight angle on this 2x6 and a slight angle on that 2x6. How am I going to know what that angle is? Well, once I get the ledger up there, I'm going to put a string. I'm going to put a screw up here and a screw over there. I'm going to take my chalk line, use it as a string, wrap it around the screw. So I have a string going across there. What's that going to do, Joe? Well, then I'm going to use my special tool to find the angle. Remember I told you I had something kind of like a square? Kind of like a square like this, to where I can loosen this up and I can move this angle back and forth. Well, on this particular adjustable T-square, you can't do that. Or adjustable L square, whatever. You got to use something like this. Look at this. How's that going to work? You unscrew this and you pop that out. Look at that. And then you can pull this out. Okay? So I can get my string up there. My string is at that angle, and my 2x6 joist, or my ledger board, is over here. I can push this right up tight to the ledger board, use this as the string, and if it's right there, I can, if I want it all the way out like that, and then I can adjust that to exactly where it is. Okay, there it is right there. And then tighten that up, and then I can put this on the board and scribe it, or just put a pencil mark on there. I could put this up against the string, put that on the ledger, however I want to do it. Okay, on the other end, this one to the left, this ledger board on this left hand side. Okay, I can take the string, put this on the edge of the string, this on the side of the ledger, wherever it goes, right there, tighten it, right there, wherever it is. Then I can measure, and I know what this angle is. Chances are, this angle over here is probably going to be the same as this angle over here. I don't know that for sure yet, until I go up there and check it out. But I'll find out what it is, and then I'll cut it on a little pattern of something, on a piece of wood, and then I'll use that for my pattern. Because I don't want to use this all the time in case this gets hit just a little bit and I think it's at the right angle, and then all of a sudden, hey, how come they're not fitting? So see, to put that away, you would, I don't usually like to put it that way. I'll take this and slide it around and fit that in the groove, and that's how I store this. In fact, this particular one, I don't think I've ever used it before. I'm not even sure what you call it, but I had one before and it always came in handy, and then one day I thought, hey, I need one of those again because I lost it or something happened to it, and so I got one. I knew it would come in handy, and it'll come in handy with all kinds of stuff. See, I could have used it to get that angle from before when I had that separate piece on there. I could have, instead of scribing it, if I didn't know what it was, if that back piece was the temporary one, I could have went back in there like that, angled that exactly where it went, boom. There's my angle coming down from there, and then I would transfer that right on my 2x6, mark it, cut it, knowing it's going to fit exactly. And that'll work on all kinds of angles. You want to do it on that side, you need that angle. There. You tighten it up, there's your angle. So it works on a lot of different things. I could have held a string down there, you know, from the point to point, and then use this and held this right exactly on the string, and put this down here, and then held this up against the string. Oh, wait, a little bit more. Okay, perfect. And then you know what it is. So this is from Craftsman, but again, I don't know what they call it. but it's from Craftsman, and you can probably find them online. If you can't find it at a hardware store, find it online somewhere. Okay, so later on I'll use that, and I'll show you again if you're still a little confused about that, or if you happen to not see the next video after this when I put the floor joists up and that kind of stuff. Okay, onward and upward to get my day going.